Hello, Team 6-1 Social Studies students. This is Mr. Bush, and this is a screencast with information from Tuesday, September 29th, and for Wednesday, September 30th. As we continue with this week's folder in Social Studies, the yellow Week 4 folder, we have been completing the 6th grade Spring Ridge pre-assessment for the first 3 days of this week. So on Monday, I had a screencast asking students to take a look at a reading called The Black Death, and students were asked to annotate. So I have an example of a student annotation. Yours might look similar, yours might look different. However, this is a completed annotated reading of The Black Death. So students, again, were asked to read, to summarize each paragraph in the margins to the right, and underline any key details that support the main idea. This student chose to highlight rather than underline. That is absolutely fine. If you want to underline instead, that's totally up to you. Keep in mind that your summaries might be smaller or larger, depending on what you feel is proper annotation at this point. And keep in mind also that your underlining and or highlighting might be more or less depending on what you feel is proper annotations at this point. Keep in mind that this is a pre-assessment, so I'm looking for trends in students, for what students can and cannot do to this point with reading and annotation. Remember that you will be graded based on completion and effort, not necessarily correctness on this first attempt at this document. I did share during our live Google Meet on today, which was Tuesday the 29th, that grades will be based on completion and effort, and that this is something that we're going to do at the end of the year as well. So it's a good measuring stick for us at the beginning of the year, and then we can check at the end of the year on our growth throughout the year. And we will be completing similar activities to this one based on the curriculum that we're on. We usually do it about once a month or so. So once again, you have a completed annotated reading. If you have not done that from Monday, there is also a screencast in Monday's folder of further details with that. So we are going to use our annotated reading to complete the multiple choice questions from Tuesday's folder. So on Tuesday, the 29th, which is the light blue folder, you will click on the Black Death Car pre-assessment multiple choice. And there's only 3 multiple choice questions in here. And as you go in, there will be 3 questions. And this is what it will look like on your end. So the first question is a vocabulary question. I've given you a quote from the reading with the term executors in it. You will tell me what the term executors means as it is used in the text. Question number 2 talks about the central idea of the text. So the main idea of the text. And question number 3 gives you another part of the passage that asks for pieces of evidence to support that claim. So there will actually be 4 correct answers for this one. And just always keeping in mind, again, with this pre-assessment, even if you get every question wrong, I'm still basing the grade on effort and completion. So I just want you to try to do your best. So the multiple choice was for Tuesday. So students will complete that Tuesday. And then the final piece of it, which kind of leads into Wednesday's work, is the written response. So when you go into Wednesday's folder, which is purple, there will be an assignment called Pre-Assessment Writing Response. So once again, students will click on it. They'll click on My Document. It will take them through the process of making their own copy, and they will get a assignment that looks like this. And it says, based on the information in the article, explain the impact that the Black Death had on society. Use evidence from the text to support your response. So I'm not going to put a ton of parameters on this written response because, again, it is a pre-assessment. I want to see what students believe is an appropriate response, not only answering the prompt, but using evidence from the text. And that is up to you how long you feel that this response should be. Once again, as a reminder, for both the multiple choice and the written response, you may absolutely use your notes. I encourage you to use your notes and annotations from the reading. So you can kind of go back and forth as you go to complete the written prompt. So if you could complete the multiple choice on Tuesday and the written response on Wednesday, you will be very prepared for our live Google Meet on Thursday. If you have any questions throughout the next couple days completing the pre-assessment, please reach out and I'll be happy to answer them. Hope everybody has a great day. Talk to you soon.